This series is for like where you're going to be stretching your body, you're going to be massaging them and nicely strengthening your muscles. So it's kind of like a preparation for the rest of the asanas you're going to be coming in the further series, okay? Okay, so let's start. Please check once more. Please check. This series is for like. Okay, so the first asana of the series is Kshemasana. So, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be sitting in a cross-legged position with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. You're going to be placing your hands in front of your heart in Namaskara Mudra, palms touching each other, and keeping your spine straight, keeping your head, neck, and spine straight line. You're going to be engaging in the Samana Kumbhaka, which is inhale deeply. You're going to be visualizing the heat, the flames in your stomach is raising up along with your spine. Clenching the perineum floor in the Mula Bandha, gaze at your nose. Visualize yourself being auspiciously blessed. As you repeat in the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in your throat center in Kshemasana.
Shevam yasmin bhavedhe Tatshemasana mujyate.
Relaxing, entering into Kubjasana. Now, in Kubjasana, continue to keep the legs in the same position in a cross-legged manner. You're going to be interlacing your fingers and placing it on top of your leg. Now, inhale, raising your sitting straight completely. And exhale, you're going to be hunching your back forward. Bringing your elbows to touch your thighs. Gaze at your nose. Tucking the chin to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Kubjasana.
Nabhausi Mahanadam Konchayan Yesha Kubjasanam tu.
Now, entering into the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Griva. Now, sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Place your hands to your respective knees in the Shambhava Mudra. And here what you're going to be doing, you're going to be rotating your neck in a clockwise manner. You're going to be nicely rotating your head in a clockwise manner. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward, visualize prana, the life energy, is flowing freely through your neck and clearing out all the tightness and dissolving all the stiffness in your neck area. Repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Jaganya Charana Griva.
Anuloma vidhanabhyam charana brahmo bhaved dashada charana mukhya jaganyanya smrita buddhaihi.
Okay, now enter into Jaganya Charana Griva. So now continue to keep your legs in your hands in the same position. Your hands in the Shambhava Mudra on your thighs, on your knees, and your legs in the same position. You're going to be tilting your head from back and front. Tilting your head from back and front. Clenching your peripheral Mula Bandha. Look forward. You're going to be engaged in Samana Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Visualize the fire in your stomach. The Jataragni in your stomach is raising up along with your spine. And slowly exhale. Visualize the pranas flowing freely through your neck and clearing all the tightness and stiffness in the neck region in Jaganya Charana Griva.
अनुलोमविधानाभ्यां चारणाङ्घ्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशदाचारणा मुख्या जगन्यान्या स्मृता बुधैः.
Okay. Now, entering into the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Skandha. Now, keep your legs in same position. You're going to be placing your hands on your respective shoulders. And here, you're going to be doing the shoulder rotation. This is a dynamic asana over here. So, one thing for all the participants, when you're doing the shoulder rotation, ensure that your elbows are touching each other. Either when you're rolling your shoulders back, your shoulders touch and then your shoulders are going back, or when you moving your shoulders in the front, your elbows in the front, ensure you're touching your elbows and then going front. Cleansing the peripheral molar bandha, visualize prana's flowing freely through your shoulder joints, ligaments and tendons, clearing out all the tightness and dissolving all the stiffness you have in that area. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Jaganya Charana Skandha.
अनुलोम विधानाभ्यां चारणाङ्घ्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशदाचरणा मुख्या जगन्यान्या स्मृता बुधैः. अनुलोमविधानाभ्यां चारणाङ्घ्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशदाचारणा मुख्या जगन्यान्या स्मृता बुधैः.
Nicely flexing.
चारणाङ्घ्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशदाचारणा मुख्या जगन्यान्या स्मृता बुधैः.
Now, entering into the next asana, which is Karuna Samdigrahana. In Karuna Samdigrahana, keeping your legs in the same position. Your legs are seated in a comfortable cross-legged position. Now, you're going to be clasping your wrist with the opposite hand and gently squeeze, massaging the wrist area. Apply the desired amount of pressure. Do not hurt yourself physically. Apply little amount of pressure needed. You're going to be massaging your wrists, both the wrists. Cleansing the peripheral molar bandha. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through your wrist joint and clearing out all the tightness and stiffness you have in that region. Repeating Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Karuna Samdigrahana.
बाहुचारणमभोक्तं चरणग्रहणमेव च पदस्य सन्धिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च.
Now entering the next asana, which is Chandrasana. Now sitting in a cross-legged position, you're going to be first placing your right hand firmly on the mat next to your body, and your left hand you're going to bring it over the head, and your fingertips pointing your right side. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, visualize prana is flowing freely through your sides of your body, clearing out all the tightness and stiffness you have in that region. Repeating the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva into our center in Chandrasana.
Chandrahileshadashruno tadvat padachayam kritva sutalanyonya samsthitam Chandrahimeva katitamiti tatvat padmasanavat dvigunapadadayam kritveti artaha.
Now, repeating Chandrasana on the other side, Parshvantri. Now placing your left hand firmly on the mat. Now raising your right hand up, bring it over the head, fingers pointing the left side, clenching the peripheral molar bandha in Chandrasana. Feel the whole stretch happening at your back. Now the sides over here.
Chandrahileshadashruno tadvat padachayam kritva sutalanyonya samsthitam Chandrahimeva katitamiti tatvat padmasanavat dvigunapadadayam kritveti artaha.
Okay. Now, entering into the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Anguli. You're going to be stretching your feet in front of you. Stretch the feet in front of you. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be flexing your toes forward and back, forward and back. Nicely flexing all your toes, clenching the peripheral molar bandha. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through every joint, ligament and tendons in your feet, and remove all the unnecessary stiffness and tightness you carry in that area. Gaze the front. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva Throat Center in Jaganya Charana Anguli.
Anuloma vidhanabhyam charanangrabhramo bhavet dashada charana mukhya jaganyanya smrita budhaihi.
Now, entering into the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Gulpa. So what you're going to be doing, placing your hands firmly on the mat. You're going to be lifting your feet up a little bit and rotating your ankles. Nicely rotating your ankles, flexing them. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha. Visualize all the prana is going through your ankle regions and removing all the joints. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha in Jaganya Charana Gulpa.
Anuloma vidhanabhyam charanangrabhramo bhavet dashada charana mukhya jaganyanya smrita budhaihi.
Okay. Now, Entering to the next karana, which is Janu Samdikrahana. In Janu Samdikrahana, okay, you're going to be coming back to a cross-legged manner. From the seated position, you're going to be clasping your knee with your both the hands. So basically, it starts with your right side, and then you're going to be moving ahead to your left side. So with your right knee, you're going to be clasping both your hands on it and nicely squeezing it and giving the massage. Let your knee muscles become agile and comfortable when you're doing the further asanas in the Nithyananda Yoga. Clenching the peripheral mula bandha, visualize prana is flowing freely through your body. In Jala Samdikrahana.
बाहुचारणमभोक्तं चरणग्रहणमेव च पदस्य सङ्ग्रिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च
Okay. Now relax. Entering the next asana, which is Gulpa Samdikrahana. From the seated position, you're going to be clasping your ankle with both your hands and you're going to be gently squeezing them and massaging your ankles. Clenching the peripheral mula bandha, visualize that all the stiffness, tightness in that region is getting healed. As you engage in Samadhi Kumbhaka, in Gulpa Samdikrahana.
बाहुचारणमभोक्तं चरणग्रहणमेव च पदस्य सन्धिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च
Now, entering into the next asana, which is Pada Samdikrahana. So now, from the seated position, you go be clasping your foot with both your hands and gently squeezing them and massaging the inner joint. Applying as much pressure is needed in your foot. Clenching the peripheral mula bandha, look forward. Visualize the prana is going through your feet and removing all the tiredness, stiffness in that area. In Pada Samdikrahana.
बाहुचारणमभोक्तं चरणग्रहणमेव च पदस्य सन्धिग्रहणं करसन्धिस्तथैव च
Okay, now relaxing, entering into the next asana, which is Balanathasana. In Balanathasana, you're going to be extending the feet in front of you and you're going to be interlacing both the hands and inserting between both your thighs in a Shambhi Mudra. Clenching the peripheral mula bandha, visualizing yourself as a Natha Yogi in your inner space in Balanathasana.
बालनाथासना
Okay, now entering into next asana, which is Balanathasana, Parshvatri. So what you're going to be doing in the same asana, you're going to be bringing your right foot on top of the left foot. So basically, placing your one foot on top of the other. Okay, and you're going to be interlacing your fingers, interlacing both the hands and placing it, inserting it between both the thighs in the Shambhi Mudra. Clenching the peninsular mula bandha, visualizing as a Natha Yogi in your inner space. You're going to be engaging in Samadhi Kumbhaka, which is inhale, hold the breath, visualize the fire in your stomach is raising up along with your spine. Look forward, repeatedly japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Balanathasana.
बालनाथासना
Now, entering into the next asana, which is Karpati Asana. In Karpati Asana, the same thing, except your toes are pointed forward. Point your toes. Continue clasping both the hands and place it between both the thighs in a Shambhavi Mudra. Yes. Nithyanandam, for all the yes, sorry for a technical glitch for all the live viewers. We'll be now continuing the resuming back the yoga for all of you. Okay, so the next asana which we're going to be entering into is Mridu Parivrittihi. In Mridu Parivrittihi, what you're going to be doing, continue to keep the legs extended in front of you, and you're going to be rotating your feet outwards and inwards, encouraging your ankle mobility. While your both the hands are clasped in Shambhavi Mudra and placed between both the thighs. Yes. Clenching the perineal Molabandha, visualizing the prana is flowing freely through every joint of your body. Look forward, engage in Samana Kumbhaka, repeat in the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam into your center in Mridu Parivrittihi.
Katim prasarya nave hastangulin madhubandhan parivartayet.
Okay, now entering the next asana which is Sharira Shuddhi Pravaha. In Sharir Shuddha Pravaha, continue to remain the same position where your legs are extended in front of you. You're going to be lowering your arms to chest, high and pulling your elbows back. In Sharir Shuddhi Pravaha, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be sweeping your arms straight. So basically, this is a dynamic asana, so only your hands, okay? So you're going to be sweeping your hands up and down. Okay, so it's like you're going to be moving your hands up and down in this position. While you're going to be keeping your elbows at the back. You're pulling your elbows at the back and you're doing this. So you'll feel like a stretch happening at your shoulders. Clenching the pelvic floor, remove the bandha. Engage in Samana Kumbhaka, look forward. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through every part of your joint. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Sharira Shuddhi Pravaha.
Sharira Shuddhi Purvangam Cha Panchendriya Dvaranam Marmastare Niyojayet Pada Prasaranam Guri Vikasa Sandhi Bala Samhati.
Now entering the next asana, which is Samriti Kutilasana. In Samriti Kutilasana, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be coming to a seated position where your knees are bent, okay? So you're going to be placing both your knees onto your right side. Placing both your knees to your right side, you're going to be bringing your hands to your chest level and shaking them. Shaking both your hands vigorously in the Shambhi Mudra. Clenching the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Engage in Samana Kumbhaka. Visualize you are throwing out, you're releasing all the unnecessary stress, tension which is stored in your wrist. Look forward, repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Samrita Kutilasana.
Sanklishta Padasanam Dridabahu Bandhanam Shitilam.
Now, you're going to be repeating the same asana, Samriti Kutilasana on this side. Now, you're going to be switching the legs. You're going to be bringing legs to your left side and remain doing the same asana on the left. Clenching the pelvic floor above the bandha. Look forward, engaging your hands in the Shambhi Mudra. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in the throat center in Samriti Kutilasana Pashvantari.
Sanklishta Padasanam Dridabahu Bandhanam Shitilam.
Now, entering to the next asana, which is Urdhva Kati Pradhana. In Urdhva Kati Pradhana, you're going to be extending the feet in front of you and you're going to be bringing your right foot towards your chest. And you're going to be holding the right foot with both the hands in Shambhi Mudra, clenching the pelvic floor in Mula Bandha, looking forward, engage in Samana Kumbhaka. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through your ankles and your feet in Urdhva Kati Pradhana.
Sankuchita Katim Prishtodhvam Prerayet.
Okay, now repeating the same asana on the side, Urdhva Kati Pradhana on the other side. You're going to switch in the legs. Bring your left foot forward, holding with both the hands in the Shambhi Mudra. Clenching the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, looking forward in Urdhva Kati Pradhana.
संकुचितकटिं पृष्ठोर्ध्वं प्रेरयेत्
Now entering the next asana, which is entering the next asana, which is Ingala Pranayasaha. Ingala Pranayasaha. What you're going to be doing? You're going to be coming into a kneeling position. Okay, bringing the knees together in front of you, and you're going to be interlacing your fingers. Interlacing your fingers and lift your arms up over the head. Keep your elbows wide and active. Now, what you're going to be doing? You're going to be stretching the hands up above the head, and you're going to be moving from side to side. Side to side. Nicely stretch your hands up. Cleansing the peripheral molar bandha, looking forward, engaging. As your hands are engaged in the Shambhe Mudra, visualize the prana is flowing freely through a part of your body in Gala Prananyasaha.
स्फुटस्थिर मधुतया शीर्षात् गलमार्गे प्राणरसं निक्षिपेत्
Now, stand tall, coming to a standing position. You're going to be lifting your hands up over the head and holding on to your opposite elbows with your hands. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, looking forward. Visualize your prana is flowing through all the parts of your body completely. Engage in Samadhi Kumbhaka as you repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Shuddha Prana Pravaha.
वायुं शुद्धं प्रवेश्य धीरं पदेदालयित्वानि गाथयेत्
Now, entering the next asana, which is Skanda Parivrittihi. Now stand tall, placing your fingers on your respective shoulders, and you're going to be slowly rotating your shoulders in both directions. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, visualize the prana is flowing freely through your shoulder joints. Repeat. Engaging in Shambhe Mudra, look forward, repeat your japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Skanda Parivrittihi.
पूर्णं दीर्घं नाभितः पक्वं मात्राकम्पनम्
Now entering the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Prishtam. In Jaganya Charana Prishtam, you're going to be placing your hands on your respective hips. So you're going to be standing with your feet hip width apart. Have some gap between both the feet, yes. Place your hands on your respective hips in the Shambhe Mudra. And you're going to be slowly rotating your upper body to one side. You're going to be nicely stretching it to one side. Yes. So you're going to, let's start with the right side. You're going to be moving your body towards your right side. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, engage in Samadhi Kumbhaka. Repeat your japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Jaganya Charana Prishtam.
अनुलोमविधानाभ्यां चारणाग्रभ्रमो भवेत् दशदाचारणा मुख्या जगन्यान्या स्मृता बुधैः
Okay, now entering into the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Khati. In the next asana, Jaganya Charana Khati, you're going to be placing your hands on your hips and you're going to be nicely rotating your hips in a circular manner. Nicely open them. Yes. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha. Look forward. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through your body. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva throat center in Jaganya Charana Kati.
Anuloma vidhanabhyam charana prabhramo bhaved dashada charana mukya jaganyanya smrita budaihi.
Now, entering the next asana, which is Jaganya Charana Janu. In Jaganya Charana Janu, you will be placing your hands in respective knees and you will be doing the knee rotation. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward, engage in Samana Kumbhaka, visualize the prana is flowing freely in your knees. Looking forward, repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Jaganya Charana Janu.
Anuloma vidhanabhyam charana prabhramo bhaved dashada charana mukya jaganyanya smrita budaihi.
Okay, now entering to the next asana, which is Shringari Pavasana. In Shringari Pavasana, what you're going to do is stand tall. You're going to bring the palms in front of your heart and Namaskara Mudra. Let's start with your right side first. So you're going to be lifting your right leg up. See, it's not just lifting about your leg. Are all of you understanding? See, your right hips are lifted up over here. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward. Engage in Samana Kumbhaka in Shringari Pavasana.
Shringari Pavasana.
Now, repeating Shringari Pavasana on the other side. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward. Engage in Samana Kumbhaka. Repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Shringari Pavasana on the other side.
Shringari Pavasana.
Okay. Now entering the next asana, which is Sthira Angushtasana. Now in Sthira Angushtasana, you're going to be standing tall. You're going to be standing on the tip of your toes. And clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward. Engage in Samadhi Kumbhaka. Visualize your big toe as a two solid anchors, gripping the earth. Repeating japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in the throat center in Sthira Angushtasana.
Sthira Angushtasana.
Now entering the next asana, which is Varapradha Dhyanasana. In Varapada Dhyanasana, you're going to be standing tall. You're going to be standing and okay, so in this asana, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be does not make sense. I'm not understanding what is supination. Okay, so what you're going to be doing in this position over here, you're going to be rotating your feet, okay? So you're going to be raising on to the tips of your toes to engage your calves and your feet. And you would be making circular rotation clockwise and anti-clockwise manner. to increase the mobility of your feet. Clenching the perifloor Mula Bandha, looking forward. Engaging in the Samana Kumbhaka, visualize the prana is flowing freely through your feet. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Varapada Dhyanasana.
Kakshayopada sandhisya charanam katetat buddha udaraskandhayoschaiva dharanam charapadayoho.
Okay, so here comes an interesting asana for all of you. This is Kuta Trayadasana. So what are you going to be doing? Stepping your feet by the path, sitting down. What are you going to be doing? You're going to bring your hands into a fist. Take an inhale. Exhale. You're going to be striking onto your thighs. Then you're going to be striking with your torso and then your arms. This is Kuta Natrayasana. Okay? Please do not injure yourself. Clenching the perifloor Mula Bandha. Look forward. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through your feet. What are you doing? This.
Bahudaraye Turu Pashvam Chadikam Mushti Bahu Pashrivi Bhumau Uttannatrayanasanam Idam Trividatadanam Iti.
Okay, now relaxing, entering the next asana which is Punar Uttanasana. In Punar Uttanasana, you're going to be coming onto your heels and you're going to be stretching the hands up in front of you. Bring your hands into a fist. Clenching the perifloor Mula Bandha. Visualize prana is flowing freely through your legs. Looking forward, repeating a japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Punar Uttanasana.
Punaschaiva tujanubhyam tale hasta vidharanam punaruttashtita virati yata shaktya samabhyaset bhiyadevam vijanubhyam okeye cha punah punah.
Okay, relax. Entering the next asana which is Balavajjala Nipatanaha. Now, what you're going to be doing, coming to a kneeling position, and you're going to be crossing your hands, holding on to the opposite elbows in the Shambhavi Mudra. And clenching the perifloor Mula Bandha, looking forward. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through every joint in every part of your foot. Engage in Samana Kumbhaka. Repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Balavajjala Nipatanaha.
Balavat nishwasya janivihi nipatya balam grihitva nighatayet.
So entering the next asana which is Udara Karshanasana. In Udara Karshanasana, what you're going to be doing? Okay. You're going to be bending. So what you're going to be doing? You're going to be bringing, crossing the legs and stacking knees together. And you're going to be placing your hands on the respective knees in the Shambhavi Mudra. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, gaze at your nose. You're going to be engaging in the Pratyaharu Kumbhaka, which is inhale deeply, hold the breath inside, visualize the Kundalini energy. is raising up along with your spine. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in Truth Center. In Udara Karshanasana.
उदरासनमित्येवं कथितं द्वार सप्तदः चत्वारोऽत्र भवन्त्येव मह्यश्रमगुणैर्युताम्.
Okay, now relax. Entering into the next asana, which is Udara Karshanasana. You will be switching the legs over now. Switch the legs. Placing your hands to your respective knees in Shambhi Mudra. Gaze at your nose. Visualize a golden flame in your inner space. Gaze at your nose. Repeat japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in Truth Center. In Udara Karshanasana Parshvantare.
उदरासनमित्येवं कथितं द्वार सप्तदः चत्वारोऽत्र भवन्त्येव मह्यश्रमगुणैर्युताम्.
Okay. Now entering the next asana, which is Nageshasana. In Nageshasana, you're going to be placing the feet flat on the mat. Your knees are raised. And what you're going to be doing, this is actually a very unique asana. First, let's start with your right hand. You're going to be bringing your right hand between the thighs and calves of your left hand. And you're going to interlacing your left hand with it. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, gaze at your nose, visualize the serpent force in your inner space, visualizing yourself as a serpent in Nageshasana.
Nageshasana.
So now you're going to be repeating Nageshasana on the other side, switching the positions of your hands. So now you're going to be bringing your left hand between the thighs and calves and holding onto your right shins, and your right hand is going to be clasping it and clasping with your with your left hand in the Parisha Mudra. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, gaze at your nose, visualizing yourself as a serpent in your inner space in Nageshasana, Parshvantare on the other side.
Nageshasana.
Now, entering the next asana, which is Bhagnapatrasana. Sorry for that. The next asana is Bhagnapatrasana. Now you're going to be bringing the soles of feet together in front of you. Place your hands at respective knees in the Shambhi Mudra. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be leaning yourself forward, bring the forehead towards the ground. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, visualizing your body as a vessel in your inner space, engaging in the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply. Hold the breath, visualize you pulling sucking all your senses in. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, repeat your japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in Truth Center in Bhagnapatrasana.
Bhagnapatrasana.
Now entering into the next asana, which is Virasana Chatwari. So now in Virasana Chatwari, you're going to be bringing your left foot on the right thigh. Bring your left foot on your right thigh. Place your mat together. Placing your hands on the mat, respectively in the Shambhya Mudra. Clenching the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Visualizing yourself as a seasoned warrior who stays relaxed under pressure. In Virasana Chatwari. Relaxing, entering into the next asana, which is Vamartha Padasana. In Vamartha Padasana, you're going to be bending your left foot. So basically your left foot is on the mat and your knee is raised. You're going to be placing your right foot on top of the left knee. Placing the hands on the mat respectively, Shambhya Mudra. Clenching the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Look forward. Repeat in Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center in Vamartha Padasana. Okay. Now entering into next asana, which is Hrijala Samyogasana. In Hrijala Samyogasana, you're going to be bringing you're going to be holding the right foot in front of your chest, holding with both the hands, and your left foot is bent and placed in front of your perineum. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, gaze at your nose, visualizing yourself as a radiant, warm bridge of energy, connecting your heart center to your bent knee. Gaze at your nose, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha in Hrijala Samyogasana.
एकस्य पार्श्वे उरसि जानुं निधाय अन्यत्र गुल्फं स्थापयित्वा हस्तेन धारयेत् तज्जानुसंयोगासनम् इदं हृदयजानुवेदनम्.
Okay. Now, entering to the next asana, which is Tushakayasana. In Tushakayasana, what you're going to be doing, your left foot is extended straight in front of you. Your right foot is bent and bringing the knee closer towards the chest. Keep the palms in front of your heart, Namaskara Mudra, clenching the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, looking forward, visualizing yourself seated in the crane. After Husky. In Pratyahara Kumbhaka, in Tushakayasana.
तुषकयासना.
The next asana which you're going to be entering into is Vakrasana Dve. In Vakrasana Dve, what you're going to be doing, in the same position, you're going to be bringing your left hand in front of the right knee and holding on to the soles of your foot. So you're going to be holding on to your ankles. Clenching the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, looking at the side. Looking at the side. Visualize your spine like a tall, flexible rope being wrung out from the center. Engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka in Vakrasana Dve.
Vakrasana.
Okay, now entering into the next asana, which is Viparita Ardha Matsyendrasana. In Viparita Ardha Matsyendrasana, what you're going to be doing, so you're going to be crossing the foot. Basically, your right foot, you're going to be crossing it, bringing it to the other side of your left knee. And you're going to be bringing your left hand in the front and holding on to the ankle. Holding on to the ankle of your right foot. While your left hand is placed behind the back, you're going to be looking at the side, clenching the perifloor mula bandha, engage in the pratyahara kumbhaka. So inhale deeply, hold the breath while you withdrawing all your senses in. Bring attention inwards and then slowly exhale. Repeating a japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center. Visualize yourself as Maschendra in your inner space in Viparita Ardha Maschendrasana.
Viparita Ardha Maschendrasanam Namapadamekam Urdhvam Kritva Avaram Januninyasya Parshve Shiro Niveshayet.
Okay, now entering into the next asana, which is Shankahasana Purvanga. In Shankahasana Purvanga, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be relaxing the left knee, the right knee on the ground. Okay, relaxing the right knee on the ground. So here, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be reaching. You're going to be bringing your right hand behind the back and holding on to the right foot which is at the front. Yes. So you can see over here, your right hand which is at the back. Okay, your right hand is going to bring it back at the back, holding at the right foot which is in the front. Meanwhile, leaning yourself forward, your left hand holds on to the left foot. Twist yourself over here, okay? You're going to be looking at this side, you're going to be looking at the opposite direction. Yes, looking at the side, clenching the perifloor mula bandha, engaging the pratyahara kumbhaka. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center, visualize a luminous couch shell spiraling inwards at your heart in Shankahasana Purvanga.
Panam prasarya param unchayitva dakshina hastonnade purage Vejagena parshve parinamya padatalam grihniyat punah purage vamahastam prasarya padam dirghaye niyata kumbhakena dakshina skandam prishtonayen shankavatvatayet.
Okay, now entering to next asana which is Shankahasana itself. In Shankahasana, in the same position where so basically you're going to be bringing your right foot on top of the left thigh. And you're going to be bringing your right hand behind the back and holding on to the right foot. While you lean yourself forward, your left hand holds on to your left foot. You're going to be twisting yourself over here. See, one thing over here for all the participants, okay, for all the viewers. See, so as you're reaching right, you're going to be bringing your shoulders out. You need to twist yourself forward. You need to bring your shoulders out. You may feel the stretch. And you're going to be looking at the side. Yes, looking at the side. Clenching the perifloor mula bandha. Gaze at your third eye. Look up. You're going to be gazing at your third eye. Engaging the pratyahara kumbhaka. Visualizing a luminous couch shell spiraling inward at your heart. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham in your throat center in Shankahasana.
Padekam prasaritya anyam कुञ्चयित्वा दक्षिणहस्तोन्नतो पूरयेत् रेचकेन पार्श्वे परिणम्य पादतलं गृह्णीयात् पुनः पूरके वामहस्तं प्रसार्य पादं दीर्घयेत् नियतकुम्भकेन दक्षिणस्कन्दं प्रसार्य शङ्खवत् पार्श्वतो वर्तयेत्.
Okay, now entering into Vamasiddhasana. In Vamasiddhasana, you're going to be bringing the right foot towards your perineum and your left foot is extended towards the side. You're going to be encasing your fingers and placing it at your navel center in the Parishamudra. So this is the Parishamudra. You're going to be encasing your fingers and placing it at your navel center. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha. Gaze at your nose. Continue to engage in Pratyahara Kumbhaka. So you inhale, hold the breath. You're going to be withdrawing all your senses in within yourself. Bring attention towards your inner self. And slowly exhale. Visualize the prana is flowing freely through your legs, clearing out all the tightness and dissolving all the stiffness you have. Repeating the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Vamasiddhasana.
Vamasiddhasana.
Yes, sorry for a technical glitch. We'll be now resuming back the yoga. The next asana is Shankahasana Uttaranga. So here is one more thing. So what you're going to be doing over here in Shankahasana Uttaranga, your left leg, okay, so what you're going to be doing, your left elbow, right? You're going to be placing your left elbow on the ground and you're going to be reaching onto your left toes. Okay? And you're going to be bringing your right hand over the head and holding on to your left foot. Is that all participants understanding? Okay, I'll repeat myself over here. So you're leaning yourself forward. You're going to be bringing your left elbows on the ground. And you're going to be holding on to your left toes with your left hand. Okay? Now, with your right hand, you're going to be bringing it around above your head and holding on to your left foot. Yes. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, you're going to be looking up. So one thing for all the participants to get like more stretch in this asana, right? You need to bring your chest out. So right now you're in this position, right? You're going to be twisting yourself upwards. Only then you feel the stretch happening. Looking up. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha. Engaging in the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Repeat in the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center. Visualize a luminous couch shell spiring inward at your heart in Shankahasana Uttaranga.
Baho parivartya prasaritam padam prasarayet prasarita varshve niyata bandena vrittim kritva shaktim parivartayet.
Now entering into Dandasana Dve. So you're going to be stretching both the feet in front of you, toes pointed. Interlace your fingers and placing at your navel center in the Parishamudra. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha. Sit straight. Please sit straight. Gaze at your nose. Visualize yourself as a strong wooden staff which is solid, durable and unbreakable. Continue to engage in Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Repeat in the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam throat center in Dandasana Dve.
Dandapashvam cha sahajam vandapindam mayurakam ekapadamayuram cha shanmayuramahochyate.
entering into the next asana, which is Virasana Chatwari. Okay, so now we're going to be repeating the same asanas onto our other side. Okay, so with this asanas, this set of asanas in our right leg. So now we're going to be doing with our left leg. Okay, so starting with Virasana Chatwari. So you're going to be bringing the left foot on top of the right thigh. Place both the hands on the mat firmly in the Shambhavi Mudra. Keep your spine straight, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, toes pointed up. Visualizing yourself building mastery through consistency. Continue to engage in Pratyahara Kumbhaka, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Virasana Chatwari.
Virasana.
Now, entering into Dakshinardha Padasana. Now you're going to be bending your right leg. So basically placing the right foot flat on the mat, raising your knees up. You're going to be placing the left foot on top of the right knee. Placing both the hands on the mat in the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping your spine straight, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward, visualizing the side hip as a congested pocket being cleared space. Engaging in Pratyahara Kumbhaka as you repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Dakshinardha Padasana.
Dakshinardha Padasana.
Visualizations. Now entering into the next asana, which is Hrijana Samyogasana. So now you're going to be holding the left foot with both the hands in front of your chest, keeping in front of your chest, and you're going to be bending the right foot in front of the perineum. Keeping your hands, you're going to be holding the left foot in the Shambhavi Mudra, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking at your nose. Visualize a radiant, warm bridge of energy connecting your heart center to your bent knee. Engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka as you repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Hrijanu Samyogasana.
Ekasya Parshve Gurasi Dhanum Nidaya Anyatra Gulpam Stapayitva Hastena Dharaye Ajjanu Samyogasanam Idam Hridaya Janu Vedanam.
Okay, now entering into the next asana, which is Tushikayasana. In Tushikayasana, you're going to be placing the left foot firmly on the mat, keeping the knees closer towards the chest. And you're going to be placing your hands Namaskar Mudra in front of your heart. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward, engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualizing yourself seated as the grain after husking, the outer effort falling away to leave only what is necessary and true. Looking forward, repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Tusakayasana.
Tushikayasana.
Now entering into the next asana, which is Vakrasana Dve. In Vakrasana Dve, you're going to be bringing your right hand in front of your left knee. Okay? Your right hand comes in front of the left knee and holds on to the ankles. While you place your left hand on the mat, looking at the side, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, engage the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualize the wringing out of a wet cloth. The stagnation and the mental heaviness are squeezed out. As you repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Vakrasana Dve.
Vakrasana.
Now entering into the next asana, which is Viparita Ardhamaschendrasana. So in Viparita Ardhamaschendrasana, you're going to be placing the left foot on the other side of your right leg. So basically on the other side of your right, crossing over the right knee. And you're going to be bringing your right hand in front of the left knee, holding onto the ankle. Placing the left hand at the side. Looking at the side, gaze at your nose. Clenching the perineum floor Mula Bandha. Engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Visualizing yourself as Maschendra, a great yogi and a lord of fishes, sitting in a serene mastery of your inner balance. Looking at the nose, repeating the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva throat center in Viparita Ardhamaschendrasana.
विपरीतार्धमत्स्येन्द्रासनं नाम पादमेकमूर्ध्वं कृत्वा अपरं जानुमीड्यस्य पार्श्वे शिरो निवेशयेत्.
Now entering into the next asana, which is Shankahasana Purvanga. So now relaxing the left foot on the right thigh. You're going to be bringing your left hand behind the back, holding on to your left foot which is in the front. Lean yourself forward. Your right hand is holding on to the right foot. Cleansing the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking at the side. Engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Repeat in a japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center. Visualize a luminous conch shell. Visualizing a luminous conch shell spiring inwards at your heart in Shankahasana Purvanga.
पदं प्रसार्य परं कुञ्चयित्वा दक्षिणहस्तोन्नते पूरयेत्. रेचकेन पार्श्वे परिणम्य पादतलं गृह्णीयात्. पुनः पूरके वामहस्तं प्रसार्य पादं दीर्घयेत्.
Okay, now relaxing, entering to Shankasana. In Shankasana, the same position, where you're going to be bringing your left hand behind the back, holding on to the left foot in the front. In Shankahasana, so what you're going to be doing, you're going to be leaning yourself forward, your right elbow, your right elbow is placed on the mat and holding on you're going to be holding on to your right foot. While your left hand, you're going to be bringing it over the head and holding on to the right foot. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha. Gaze at your third eye. Visualize a luminous conch shell spiraling inward at your heart. Engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Gaze at your third eye. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva throat center in Shankahasana.
पदैकं प्रसारित्य अन्यं कुञ्चयित्वा दक्षिणहस्तोन्नतौ पूरयेत्. रेचकेन पार्श्वे परिणम्य पादतलं गृह्णीयात्. पुनः पूरके वामहस्तं प्रसार्य पादं दीर्घयेत्.
Relax yourself. Entering the next asana, which is Dakshina Siddhasana. In Dakshina Siddhasana, you're going to be extending the right leg to the side, toes pointed up, bringing the left heel towards your perineum. Encase your fingers in the Parashamudra and placing it at your navel center. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, gaze at your nose. Visualizing the prana is flowing freely through your legs and clearing out all the tightness and stiffness you have. Engage in a Pratyahara Kumbhaka. Repeat in a japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in throat center and gaze at your nose in Dakshina Siddhasana.
Dakshina Siddhasana.
This is done. Now, entering the next asana, which is Panaguptasanam. In Panaguptasanam, you're going to bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. And you're going to be placing your hands on your respective feet in a Shambhavi Mudra. For the next set of asanas, you're going to be engaging the Sahaja Kumbhaka. So, which is your inhalation is going to be deepened. So, basically, you're going to be inhaling, hold the breath as long as possible, and slowly exhale. So, this is the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, gaze at your nose. So, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be placing your hands on your respective feet and lean yourself forward, bring the forehead on the ground. When you're doing this, when you're leaning forward, you actually are opening up your inner thigh muscles. You'll feel a stretch happening, which is actually good. So when you feel the stretch, breathe in. That's when the pranayama comes into play. Gaze at your nose, visualizing yourself as the head of a majestic hooded snake. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam throat center in Panaguptasanam. Panaguptasanam, Dvijasanam apyatra, Kukutasanam uttamam, Panaguptasanam chaiva, Garudasanam evacha. Okay, now entering into the next asana, which is Avaghatasana. In Avaghatasana, you're going to be keeping your legs in same position, lean yourself forward. You're going to be stretching your hands in front of you. Bring the palms together in the Namaskara Mudra. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, gaze at your nose, visualizing your body meeting the earth with complete acceptance. Engage in Sahaja Kumbhaka. Repeat in a japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in throat center in Avaghatasana.
Next.
Now, entering the next asana, which is Guni Harshasana. In Guni Harshasana, you're going to be placing In Guni Harshasana, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be holding on to your both your feet in a Parisha Mudra. Okay? And you're going to be lifting your legs up and pulling it towards your head, while your knees are bent outwards. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, gaze at your nose. Visualize your body in the space of sheer joy. Engaging in the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Ma, you need to lift your legs up, Ma. Lift your legs up. Yeah. I told bring your head towards your leg. Lift it up. Gaze at your nose as you repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam throat center in Guni Harshasana.
Guni Harshasana.
Okay, now entering into the next asana, which is Achaleshwarasana. In Achaleshwarasana, you're going to be placing your hands around your feet and lifting and pulling your legs up towards your head and keep your knees bent outwards. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, visualizing yourself as the unmoving center. The body gathers inwards and yet nothing wavers within you. Engaging the Sahaja Kumbhaka. So inhale deeply, hold the breath, and exhale slowly as deeply as possible. Looking forward, repeat in japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Throat Center in Achaleshwarasana.
Achaleshwara.
Entering into the next asana, which is Chandra Garbhasana. In Chandra Garbhasana, you're going to be bringing you're going to be holding on to your foot from the inside. So you're going to be placing your hands under of your calves and holding on to your feet. And you're going to be bringing both your legs towards your chest. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, looking forward, visualize a glowing full moon. Cradle with the sanctuary of your inner womb space. Engage in Sahaja Kumbhaka. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in Throat Center in Chandra Garbhasana.
Parshvayodrau karaunyasya Shanai palau uronyase Nimiditatakshashwadas Shwasamarutam Chandra Nadyam Chalayet.
Okay, now relax yourself, entering into the next asana, which is Garbhasana. In Garbhasana, you're going to be holding on to your heels and extending the feet up, bringing the leg above your head. Clenching the peripheral molar bandha, engage the Sahaja Kumbhaka, gaze at your nose, visualizing yourself as a luminous embryo cradle within the cosmic womb. As you repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in Throat Center in Garbhasana. So go stretching your feet out. Request all the participants and all the viewers, please stretch your leg. You're going to be attempting to bring your leg above your head.
Garbhasana nama palau shirasi samstapya hastau choru yugme Baddha nabhim drishtim chatarayan garbhavat tishtet.
Okay. Now entering into the next asana, which is in Ratnamasana Purvanga. In Ratnamasana Purvanga, either you can be seated when you're doing this asana, or you can start by lying down comfortably. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to be wrapping your hands around your arms, wrap both your arms around your ankles, and you're going to be bringing your hands together around your lower legs. And you're going to be holding on to your heels and stretching the legs up, placing the leg on top of your head, clenching the peripheral molar bandha, visualizing a radiant jewel deep within your core. Engage in Sahaja Kumbhaka, looking forward. Repeat in japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Throat Center in Ratnamasana Purvanga.
Ulvayugme ujaveshya karamudram samunnayet murti sthavyaka kramovedya vyayamam samacharet.
Okay, entering the next asana, which is Ratnamasana. Now, in the same position, so you're going to be wrapping your hands around the around your leg and holding on to your ankles and pulling your leg up above your head. Clenching the pelvic floor Mula Bandha, engage in Sahaja Kumbhaka, looking forward. Visualize a radiant jewel deep within your inner space. As you repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva Throat Center in Ratnamasana. Stretch it up.
Chakrante Padakale Samameva Samyojya Nishwasana Vegena Gulfau Shirarante Samukshibet.
Entering into the next asana, which is Ratnamasana Uttaranga. In Ratnamasana Uttaranga, what you going to be doing? You're going to be, this is a little advanced asana. You're going to be bringing both the legs behind your, basically on top of your head. So you can do this asana either you're seated in the front, either in the sitting position or you're in lying down also. So you're going to be bringing both the legs above your head and you're going to be bringing your chest out. So basically your legs are going to be literally at the top of your head but not exactly behind, little towards the behind, yes. And you're going to be bringing your chest and your head forward. Clenching the pelvic floor Mula Bandha. Engage in Sahaja Kumbhaka, visualizing a radiant jewel deep within your inner space. Gaze at your nose, repeat your japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in Throat Center, in Ratnamasana Uttaranga.
Janu Prishto Karna Kaukone Hitva Padam Pushta Yugam Dridam Shunyaka Kumbhakam Kritva Shwasasya Saptada Prayojayet.
Okay, now relax yourself. That was a good stretch for our thighs. Now entering the next asana, which is Sanandanasana. Now keep the soles of feet together in front of you. Place the hands respect to knees in a Shambhavi Mudra. Engaging, clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, looking forward, visualizing yourself seated in effortless calm. Engage in this Sahaja Kumbhaka, look forward, repeat the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Throat Center in Sanandanasana.
Sanandanasana.
Now, entering the next asana, which is Nagarjunasana. In Nagarjunasana, continue to keep the soles of feet together in front of you. You're going to be crossing your hands in front, holding on to the opposite feet ankle in the Shambhavi Mudra. Clenching the pelvic floor Mula Bandha, gaze forward. Visualize you're in a having quiet clarity, grounded with attention turned inwards. Engage in Sahaja Kumbhaka, repeating the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Throat Center in Nagarjunasana. Now entering the next asana, which is Vanakkadi Asana. In Vanakkadi Asana, you're going to be bringing the right foot in front of your perineum and your left foot you're going to place straight in a straight line in front of your right foot. So basically both your feet is going to come in a straight line. Crossing your hands, holding on to your opposite elbows in a Shambhavi Mudra, opposite feet in a Shambhavi Mudra. Clenching the peripheral Mula Bandha, gaze at your nose, engaging in Sahaja Kumbhaka, visualizing yourself seated within a quiet clearing of the forest in Vanakkadi Asana.
Vanakkadi Asana.
Now, entering the next asana, which is Prakriti Pavasana. In Prakriti Pavasana, what you're going to be doing, I request all participants and all the viewers to kindly have a look how to do this asana. Okay? What you're going to be doing, you're going to be holding the right foot. Okay, so basically your hands are under your calves under your legs and holding on to your right foot. So I'm starting with my right leg first. So I'm holding my right leg. So my right hand holds the right foot. Okay? Now, my left leg. I'm going to be placing my left leg at the... Please have a close look. You're going to be placing your left leg onto your arms. Okay? You're going to be placing your left leg onto the palms. And your left hand, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be bringing the elbow, your left elbow under your left leg. And place your left hand on your neck. And you're going to be stretching your right hand out. So this is the asana. So I would like to repeat myself again. So you can see over here, your left hand, okay, I request all parts, let's do it together, okay. So relax your leg. So your right hand is under and holding on to your right foot. Can I request all of you to come to this position? Yeah? Your right hand is under the leg, holding on to the right toes. Okay, that's great. Now, you're going to be placing the left leg onto the right arm, on top of the right arm. Yes. And you're going to be placing the elbow, the left elbow under your left leg. Like this. So basically your left elbow is going to be supporting your foot. You're going to be placing your left elbow under the thigh, under the leg, placing the left hand on your neck. While now you're going to be stretching your right hand up. Yes, so this is the asana, this is the Prakriti Pavasana. Cleansing the perine floor Mulabandha. Engage in Sajja Kumbhaka. Visualize you're aligning with your original innate state. Looking at the ground, repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Throat Center in Prakriti Pavasana.
Prakriti Pavasana.
Okay, now we're going to be repeating this asanas on the other side, starting with Vanakadi Asana. So bring the soles of feet together in front of you. This time you're going to be bringing your left foot in front of your perineum, and your right foot is placed in front of your left leg. Cross your hands in the front and holding on to your opposite ankles in the Shambe Mudra. Clenching the peripheral Mulabandha, gaze at your nose. Visualize your joint foot as a singular root of existence. Repeat in japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Throat Center in Vanakadi Asana.
Vanakadi Asana.
Now entering the next asana, which is Prakriti Pavasana on the other side. In Prakriti Pavasana, so we're going to be bringing your left hand behind the leg, holding on to your left foot, and your right leg is placed onto the left arm, bringing your right elbow under your foot, placing the right hand onto your neck, and stretching your left hand out in Prakriti Pavasana. Clenching the perine floor Mulabandha, gazing at the ground, engage in Sajja Kumbhaka, visualizing your lifted feet as a singular root of existence in Prakriti Pavasana. Now, entering the next asana, which is Brahmandi Varnasana. So, you're going to be sitting in the Padmasana position. So, you're bringing your right foot on the left thigh and the left foot on your right thigh. Crossing your fingers, resting on your respective knees. You're going to be placing it on top of your leg in the Shambe Mudra. Okay, you're going to be entering into Kumbhaka, which is the Kritik Kshetra Kumbhaka, which is done along with the Mahamudra Bandha. This Kumbhaka is performed only with the Mahamudra Bandha. So kindly follow, request all participants to please follow along. First, you're going to be inhaling. Draw the breath from the navel center into your heart. So now you're going to be clenching the perineum floor in the Mula Bandha and engaging the Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And tuck the chin to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize a brilliant golden light filling your inner space. And as you repeat the japa, Om Brahmaya Namaha in your inner space in Brahmanadi Varnasana. So the japa is Om Brahmaya Namaha. Brahmanadi Varnasanam Nama Padmasanasto Hasto Brahma Grantim Bhadva Modni Chado Mukam Kritva Jhaye Brahma Varnam. Now entering the next asana, which is Garvasana. Now sit in a cross-legged position. You're going to be increasing your fingers and placing in your chest in the Parisha Mudra. Gaze at your nose. Engaging the Kriti Kshetra Kumbhaka. So first, you're going to be engaging the Mahamudra Bandha first. So first, clenching the perineum floor Mula Bandha. Inhale. Draw the breath from your navel center to your heart. Clenching the Uddiyana Bandha, pulling your stomach in and up. And tuck the chin to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Visualize a deep pride rising within you. Repeat the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashiva in your throat center in Garvasana. Padmasanam samastapya hasto vakshi samsito garva vishta ivastishte garvasram idam smritam. Now entering the next asana, which is Swastikasana Pancha. So now bring your legs into Padmasana position. Placing your hands, you're going to be placing your hands under the respective thighs, the Shambhe Mudra. Clenching the perineum floor Mula Bandha, looking forward, you're going to be engaged in the Pratyahara Kumbhaka. So you're going to be inhaling, hold the breath, visualize you withdrawing all your senses with an in, and slowly exhale, visualizing yourself seated at the center of a radiant swastika in Swastikasana Pancha. Swastikasaram pratam hi garbhirasram krishinam kukurma ajnanam dhanam kashati hika paschimatanam. Now entering into next asana, which is Yoga Mudrasana. You're going to be bringing your hands behind the back, palms facing up, leaning yourself forward, bring the forehead towards the mat. Clenching the perineum floor Mula Bandha, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Engage in the Pratyahara Kumbhaka in Yoga Mudrasana. Karani Chitra Namasi Yoga Mudra Vidunamam. Now entering the next asana, which is Rirasanam. In Rirasanam, you're going to be your right hand is going to be holding on to your left arm, and your left hand is going to be placing it at your stomach. Tuck the chin to the chest in the Jalandhara Bandha. Lean yourself forward, bring the forehead on the ground. Engaging a Pratyahara Kumbhaka in Rirasanam. Visualize your body dissolve into pure space in Rirasanam. Rirasanam. Rirasram tu vikneyam kapshastram ataf param grivasram cha paramam bhujasana ihochate. Now raise yourself up, entering into the next asana, which is Kurmasana Trini. Continue to sit in the Padmasana position. You're going to be placing your elbows onto your feet and palms facing up in the Shambhe Mudra. Clenching the perineum floor Mula Bandha. Engage in Pratyahara Kumbhaka, repeating japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam throat center in Kurmasana Trini. Visualizing a turtle in your inner space. Danda Pasham cha Sahajam Bandapidam Mayurakam Ekapada cha Sanmayuram Ihochate. Now entering the next asana, which is Rirasanam on the other side. So you're going to be bringing your left arm is going to be holding on to your left hand is going to hold on to your right arm, and your right hand you're going to place it at your stomach. Tuck the chin to the chest in the Jandrabandha. Lean yourself forward, bring the forehead onto the ground in Rirasanam. Rirasanam tu Vikeyam Kakshasanam Tafvaram Rirasanam cha Paravam Bhujasana Ihochate. Now raise yourself up, entering into Karmukasana Chatwari. You're going to be crossing your hands in front of you, holding on to your opposite big toes with the index and middle finger to your Prana Mudra. Clenching the peripheral Molabandha, visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Karmukasana Chatwari. Padmasanam samastapya puruto krishya padayoho dakshinam dakshineneva vamam vamena panina. Now entering the next asana, which is Tipakarasana. Now what you're going to be doing, you're going to be doing the middle split. So you're going to be extending the legs sideways, placing your hands in the mat in the Shambhi Mudra, gazing at your nose, visualizing yourself as a palmyra tree, engaging in the Molabandha in Tipakarasana. So nicely you're going to be spreading your legs, widening your legs. Yes. Tipakarasana. Asra Kaugila Sharira Kauso Jayi. Now entering the next asana, which is Parasana. So Parasana you're going to be doing, it's similar to the side split. What you're going to be doing right there is the side split. So entering into Parasana. So you're going to be spreading your legs wide apart. So your right leg is in the front and your left leg is at the back. Clenching the peripheral Molabandha, gaze at your nose. Visualizing yourself as Lord Veerabhadra in your inner space in Parasana. Parasana Kaugana, Asra Kauga Chora Siva Ijayi, Pavana Sar Labahe, Parasra Kaugana, Gatiya Ba Ijayi. Now entering into Pindamayurasana. So you're going to be bringing the right leg in the front. So one thing what all the participants can do, you're going to be bringing one elbow, your right elbow under your thighs, and your other elbow, basically your left elbow at your abdomen. Lean yourself forward and lifting your legs up. Clenching the peripheral Molabandha, visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Engage in Rejika Kumbhaka in Pinda Mayurasana. Ekapada Mayura Gre Prasar Eka Mayuravate Idam Pinda Mayura Kim Sarvavyadi Vinashakam. Now repeating Parasana on the other side. Bringing your left leg in the front. Clenching the peripheral Molabandha, gaze at your nose. Visualizing yourself as a triangle in your inner space in Parasana. Yes. Parasra Kaugana, Asra Kaugara Chora Siva Yajayi, Pavanasar Labahe, Parasra Kaugana, Gatiya Va Yajayi. Now, lay down on your mat. Toes pointed outwards, palms facing up. Entering the last asana, which is in Shivasana. You're going to be engaging in Shakti Chala Mudra. Visualize the Kundalini energy is raising up along with your spine from Muladhara Chakra all the way to the crown center. Repeat Nijapa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in your throat center in Shavasana Dve. Ata Chitta Vishrani Shavasanam Uttalamurvashainam Vidhaya Prasara Pado Kara Sampritam Hridhi Nasagre Adhaya Disham Swaram Shivam Prishtoditi Yatra Shivasam Hitat. Now, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bring your thighs towards your chest, rocking yourself from side to side. And raise up to a comfortable seated position. Yes. Let's now conclude the session with the Purna Mantra. Bring the palms in front of your heart, Namaskar Mudra. Close your eyes. We will concluding the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukar Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam. We thank all the viewers who joined us live for today's Nithyananda Yoga. Hope all of you have enjoyed it. Feel free to share this beautiful gift to near and dear ones and invite them also for the Nithyananda Yoga starting at 4 a.m. UK Standard Time. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Nithyananda.